Hey guys, it's Wednesday! Social distancing in Davao. So today, I'm out. So I've come here to Central Warehouse on JP Larial. But they won't let me shop because I don't have a pass. Or I don't have a membership, we say. So here, oh, there's a nice little car going through. There we go. So I'm here at Central Convenience, which is what one of my subscribers recommended. So the other day I tried to video inside, it was too dark, but I forgot to video on the outside. So I'm vlogging on the outside today. I've raised my voice a little bit so that I can actually, you can hear me better. So here we go. So this is it. This is on JP Larial. And I'm just going further down. It's a bit quieter today, guys. Yeah, so as you can see, I have my hat on, I have my hat on, I have my hat on, and I have my mask on. I'm on JP Larial, JP Larial. Yeah, it's one of those days, guys. I've had too much sugar in my diet. Oh, look at that. Zoom, zoom. There we go, guys. Another airplane taking off. Oh, I wonder if Davao Airport is open. Anyway, onwards and upwards, guys. Well, it's Wednesday lunchtime, Wednesday lunchtime. So I'm here down at, what do they call this? Phoenix Pub. So over the last 55 days of lockdown, we've been using Food Panda to get into having some food. So we have one hot meal a day, and I make one meal a day. So here we have yellowfin tuna, but it's closed. You have Go Hotel, and under Go Hotel they have a restaurant called Sundays, which is on Food Panda in Davao. They do very, very nice food. A little bit expensive, but well made, and plenty of it. Here, down in the bottom here, you have business class, which is closed. Then you have the Korean place, which is open. Then you have a Korean restaurant on the right hand side, not too clever. Fat Paps I don't do, that one. And now Jing Kong, very, very nice food. Very, very, very nice food. I don't go on their pasta, but I do their, what do I buy there? I get the torta, which is the the aubergine with egg and fried with onions. I get their fresh barbecue pork. I get their soup. I've had the hito, and I've had the kneale. Very, very nice. Barbecue Boss, too expensive, and you just get a lot of, well, just get loads of meat, but nothing else to go with it. And the rest of these ones had poops, they're all closed. And there we go. So I'm twisting on my scooter, So Jing Kong is what I get. Sundays. I also order from Chowking and Jollibee. Not a lot from McDonald's. I like the Jollibee spaghetti. Spaghetti, and I like going with the spaghetti. Makes a mess on my face and brings back my childhood. There we go. So this is down this end, and I'm just going to go to another little area where I also buy some other food. Well, that was a little bit scary. I just came up my road to turn left into 7-Eleven and this the Moser shopping area or restaurant area, and as I was turning left, the traffic was going through the right. Somebody come up the outside, so they came up the opposite road, giving their horn, driving like a crazy person. Oh, so nearly got wiped out today, guys. He got wiped out. Wipe out. Yeah! Sup, sup! Well, there we go. So, as you can see, my face. Oh, where is it? Oh, there it is. Oh, I don't know whether it's any good. So let's go to some get some drinks and see if the ice cream has arrived in 7-Eleven. I don't know. Let's keep my fingers crossed. Hey, 7-Eleven. There's Koya. Look at that. Give me my chocolate. They have 3 ice cream. And I bite the ice cream. There we go. They don't have the ice cream in convenience store that I like, Magnum. I have all these other Nestle's and Wall stuff. But yeah, very, very nice. But the ice cream store is closed. Not a lot in there. Okay, need to pay the bill. Oh, look at that scooty. It needs a clean, but I can't wait for lockdown to finish, because then I am going to travel around the Philippines on my scooter. I want to go back to Butuan and maybe up to Leyte. Let's have a look. So yeah, that's what I would like to do. I think I can get a ferry from Siargao up to Omk or Masin in southern Leyte, but I need to work that one out, and then I would look at travelling across from southern Leyte to Cebu down to Dumaguete back into Diputuan, and then let me have a look at Sultan Cotabato, Zamboanga. Yeah, it's getting hot today. It's getting hot. They're not letting anybody into Belisario today. I went over to gate number 1 and everybody was queued up outside. This is gate number 2. Oh, I think I can see Food Panda hiding. Hello, Koya.
Yeah.
Hey, Salama. 416. Hey, Koya.
How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I will salute you.
No, salute me, Koya. No. I'm just a foreigner in your lovely country.
No, you are my captain. You are my captain.
No captain. No captain, Koya.
Master.
Oh, no. I'm just here in this beautiful country.
Brand new, your cell phone, brand new.
Oh, no brand new. Hey, Koya.
That is video. Shot.
It's video, look.
Video, I say. Ah, yeah, nice.
This is you. This is him.
Yeah, too.
Hey, there we go. 2.
416, sir.
416, Koya.
The center. Good cell phone, very nice. Maybe
You snatch?
it's not.
Oh, you know scammer. Oh, Demi.
I'm running. With your cell phone.
Well, then you can have. I'm too fat.
Do you have 16 pesos, sir?
16 peso. There we go. Koya, what do you think? Do I have 16 peso? You take 16 peso, Koya. One. There we go, Koya.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you give me 100. Oh, Koya, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Salamat, have a good day. Take care. So the thing with Food Panda is they're not allowed in because they believe. Thank you, Koya. There we go. Look,
Okay.
the man on the guard.
Okay, bye.
Take care. Look after
Bye.
yourself. So I will. So after 40 odd days of Food Panda making loads of deliveries around Davao, somebody asked the question: are Food Panda spreading coronavirus? And now they are being tested, I believe, what I read on the news. They are being tested now because one of the riders tested positive. and as they all get together, they don't do social distancing when they're all under the tree hiding, keeping out of the sun. It becomes a little bit of an issue, doesn't it? So yeah, so I went to gate 1 today, and there must have been 15-20 Food Panda riders all waiting, which means that if you're this side of the barangay or the subdivision, like I am on the rear gate, then when you have to walk about a mile this way to get your food and then walk back. So really there's no point getting a delivery. You might as well just turn around and go out when you are going out to get your food, because now Food Panda are stopping at the gate. You would have thought the Food Panda would have actually made sure that the riders were coronavirus free, wouldn't you, while they were making deliveries, rather than zooming all around the barangays and all the different subdivisions around Davao and all the high streets and all the restaurants, because they're ideal to turn around and spreading the virus. But we are where we are. I believe there's international flights going into Manila on Monday, which is pretty cool. Next week, let's see if the lockdown is released. I believe, reading the Mindanao Times and the announcements last night, that we are under a general quarantine now, not an enhanced quarantine. So let's see if a few more places will open. I've noticed that Jollibee is doing, and the driving on JP L'Oreal is doing the drive-through, but it's not actually having people in the restaurant. McDonald's is letting people go through the drive-in. Chowking is as well. So yeah, it is a glorious day today. Look at that sky. Oh my God, that's every time I wake up in the morning I see the sunshine, my heart misses a beat. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Okay, right, like, share, subscribe. I would like to grow my channel, but share with your friends, and then click the subscribe button when you have time. Look after yourselves. Good evening, guys. I think I need to take this off so people can see my face. It's 6 o'clock. It's Wednesday evening. Oh, I've been busy today. I've been out doing some shopping, paying some bills, doing what you normally have to do. So it's 2 more days before quarantine ends here and lockdown ends in Davao, if it's going to end. I've been reading about the general quarantine that is in other places like Luzon, like Southern Leyte, and other areas, Cagayan de Oro. But I've seen other cities like Butuan, Davao, Cebu, Manila that are all on a higher state of alert. So yeah, I've also been reading an article. Well, I'm looking forward to the lockdown ending now. I don't know what life's going to be like when everything becomes crazy again. But we have to deal with that, and we have to get on with our lives. So I'm here on the balcony, vlogging on my balcony, on a Wednesday. Peak of the week, guys, peak of the week. So I was reading another article this afternoon about international air flight and some of the recommendations that have been put forward to for people when they're joining aeroplanes and to continue with the international air travel. So some of the things I've actually heard about are airlines missing middle seat being left empty, so there's one passenger empty seat, one passenger empty seat, one passenger empty seat, one passenger empty seat, one passenger empty seat. So yeah, it sounds a good idea, but in practice, will the airlines do that? Lose 50% of the revenue on the flight? either the prices will go up or they won't do it. Me personally, I don't think they'll do it. I think the airlines are broke. I think they're all airline companies try to get people to fly with them, and they don't manage, well, they try to manage their business, but I don't think they manage their business as well as they should. And that's why they bring in all of these, like, you know, hidden charges for using a credit card and hidden charges. I remember once I went to Manila and they weighed me on the scale, and because I'm a big guy and a foreigner, they said I weighed too much to go on the plane. So I had to pay extra for me to go on the plane. So they were scamming at the airport, and I think they're going to keep scamming. I just think that's one of those crazy things. The other thing I've heard is that people they're going to want everybody to log in or book online before they get to the airport. So on an international airport, you have to be there 2 hours beforehand. But now they're actually asking for an extra 2 hours. So it's going to be, you're going to be at the airport for 4 hours. Do you think that's a good idea? No, I don't think that's a good idea. I think that's an absolutely shocking idea. The reason being is you're going to have all of these flights coming into the airport and all of these people walking around for 2 to 4 hours. Really, what you should be doing is getting the people on the plane quickly and getting them out of the airport. Okay, so if you're going to fly from Davao to Manila and the flight's leaving at 8 o'clock, then everybody needs to be at the airport at 7:30, because the plane will leave at 8. Whether you're there or not, it will leave. It will be the people, the person, it will be the customer that has to make sure they are there 30 minutes before the flight takes off. And the plane needs to leave 30 minutes before. There shouldn't be any delays. If there's delays, then the airlines need to put people into self-isolation. Not the people go outside and stand in the car park or stand in queues. That's just absolutely bizarre. So the other one I've also heard, which is from India, is that any person over the age, I think it's 80, cannot travel unless they have a medical clearance from their doctor. What's the difference between an 80-year-old person, a 70-year-old person, a 60-year-old person, a 30, a 20-year-old person? What is the difference? The older people, they're saying, are more susceptible. But why have the older people got to go to a doctor's to get a doctor's note? That's, to me, just seems a bit bizarre, and that seems to me that airlines aren't actually putting their brain cells into gear. Because at the end of the day, what happens if you have triple bypass? What happens if you have a pacemaker? What happens if you've had a stroke? What happens if you're disabled? Are you going to have to go through the same hoops as that 80-year-old person? Don't you think that's a little bit of segregation? Don't you think that's a little bit of discrimination? So airlines, I don't think they're actually engaging this. What they need to do is they need to have the airplane on the runway. No issues, nothing. Passengers get on with their masks and then they fly. They shouldn't be sitting at the airport waiting. They shouldn't be sitting outside the airport waiting. They shouldn't be going to a doctor's to turn around and get a medical certificate, to turn around and tell the airline, that they're safe to fly. What happens if you turn around and you get your medical certificate on a Monday and you go to an area that is infected with coronavirus or hepatitis A, or you become infected in the 2 or 3 days before you actually fly? How does that work? That's just airline. I don't think the airlines are actually putting any thought process into this. They're just trying to open up the airports so they can actually get the aeroplanes in the sky, and that's great. But they need to be flying those airplanes. They don't need to be putting restrictions in place before people get on the aeroplanes. Because at the end of the day, when you're in an aeroplane, you're breathing the same recycled air as everybody else. So if somebody gets flu on an aeroplane, you're going to be contaminated and you're going to be infected with the flu virus. If somebody's turning around and they've got an airborne infection, it gets taken up into the ventilation system and it gets recycled. The air doesn't get pumped out into the stratosphere or the atmosphere at 30,000 feet, because that will depressurize the aeroplane and everybody will die. So I just don't understand that one. The other bit I was reading, they're going to turn around and stop hand luggage. Well, I think that's bloody great. I think that is really, really good, because then it will stop the thousands of people that decide that they want to turn up with not one but two but three bags, and they're going to put them all in the lockers above, and it turns around and puts another half an hour on the loading. You're going to come and turn up, you bring one small piece of luggage, and in that can have your medication or whatever you're going to turn around that you need that luggage for. It doesn't turn around and have a laptop, 10 mobile phones, a computer system, and whatever you think or deem. If you're a family, then you need to have that bag that's going to turn around and have your items that you require for your child. But those people that travel, and I've travelled from Dubai and Qatar back to Manila, I've seen people walk on with 20 kilos of hand luggage, because one person checks in and the other person stands about 35-40 meters away with all these bags, and then they wheel them all down, and then when they get to the loading gate, the girl at the loading gate can't turn them away, because then it means it's going to be a delay on the flight. What the girl at the loading bay should have is, it should be like a chute, and to just turn around and say to the person, put the luggage in the chute, go from there. And it goes in the chute, but that just goes to rubbish. Give it away to the poor. So there are very, very strange things I'm reading at the moment. Does it make it right? I don't know. Are the airlines thinking about it? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think there's a little bit of this panic that they didn't have these processes in place beforehand. I mean, I come from the UK, and there's an airline there called Ryanair, and you have to book online, and they were talking about charging for toilets. Then they turned around and they were charging for hand luggage. Then they were charging for luggage in the hold. Then they were charging for food on the aeroplane. Then they were charging for drinks on the aeroplane. So everything became a charge. And what actually happened is people stopped using those facilities, and those facilities died off. So now you go to a Ryanair flight, you get on the plane and you fly from A to B and you get off. It's a cheap flight, don't get me wrong. However, it's not usually to the destination of where the city is that you want to fly to. It's usually maybe 10-15 kilometers outside of that city. That's why it's cheap. It's a cheaper airport, so it has cheaper runway fees, cheaper handling fees, cheaper everything else fees. So if you want to go to Paris, it will go fly London into Paris, but the Paris airport will be maybe Runje, or it might be a bit further afield. But I think the airlines I'm just seeing all this stuff. We're coming back. The world is going to start opening up, and it's going to start coming, more open with its travel. But the restrictions are going to be tighter from the airlines. I think the airlines need to turn around and bring in masks that sit with people, and people wear that mask throughout the whole of their flight. They don't take the mask off. They sit there with a mask on, and it just goes through a system of recycling their air into something underneath the seat, a bit like an AC unit, and that's what happens. What happens when they serve food on a long haul flight and you've got to take it off? Well, that's something they need to overcome. I think they need to turn around and maybe do food as a drink, rather than something that's going to be served on a tray that everybody takes off their mask and starts eating and starts spraying it. I remember coming back from Sri Lanka about 20 years ago, and I flew back in, and there were people on that flight that were ill, and they serve contaminated water. I spent 12 weeks in hospital because I had parasites in my liver and my kidneys. Airlines just seem, you have a hub here or an airport here, and you have an airport that's here, and then when you land you need to make sure that this is both working to the same sanitary and hygienic rules as each other, and then the aeroplane works to those same rules. But then when you've got 400 passengers that are sitting on a plane, how do you feed them? I think the airlines need to look at that, but I do think they should actually put masks on each of the planes, because everybody's getting used to wearing those masks, but that air should be filtered back up out of the way into, you know, another system that's on a plane that purifies that air and sanitizes that air. It goes through maybe a water bath of purification before the air puts back into the system. But I don't know. What are your thoughts, guys? I don't know. I throw it out there. So this vlog is about some of those bits and bobs I've been seeing today on Google, MSN, about different airlines from India, the UK, Europe, America, Australasia, Philippines. It just seems very, very strange. I think airports were designed in the past for everybody to turn up and queue and shop so they can make money. I think what they need to turn around and do now is everybody needs to turn up, get on a plane and get out and get on their flight as fast as possible, rather than sitting in an airport with, you know, 60, 70,000 people, 100,000 people at some airports, because you can easily contaminate 100,000 people that are all going over the world, and that means the coronavirus goes back out over the world. And then there's no way you can stop that. It's just going to continually go round and round and round and round in circles. I was reading an article about in Europe that they were saying that they're nowhere near to getting a cure, a virus, a vaccine for the virus. Well, it doesn't matter whether you've got a vaccine or not. The virus is still going to be there, and it's still going to mutate, and it's still going to grow, and it's still going to live. It's like the flu. Everybody every year ends up getting the flu. It depends where you are in the world how severe that flu is. You know, everybody talks about the Spanish flu from the 20s that killed millions. You know, the flu there's a vaccine for it, but the flu virus has actually mutated, and it's changed its format, and it's contaminating people, and everybody gets the flu. So I think the coronavirus is here for a long time. We just need to live with it, and then go from there, really. But anyway, so tonight's a nice night. I got the split camera on. There we go. Hey, you look good, guys. I hope you're enjoying your food. So if you like my video, please click that button and share with your friends. Let me know what you think about the split screen, about this way, me looking at you, and is it this way? Where is it? And this way, looking away from me. So my hand goes right across. Oh, look at that. I've just stuck it in my ear. Bloody hell, that hurts. Oh. Well, no, not one of those little hoovers to go in here and do that. I just need to do... yes, in my eye. Anyway, not to worry. Hope you have a good night. Tomorrow, lockdown. But as I said, I'm really looking forward to what the announcement's going to be regarding Davao, and whether it's general or enhanced or stricter quarantine, I don't know. But take care, look after yourselves. Great chatting.